Good morning. Sorry it's taking me a little bit to get this next one to you. I've been talking lately about morning affirmations, waking up and first thing that you do, affirming yourself in the things that you believe, in the things that I'm not talking like esoterically, spiritually. I think that obviously all those things play a part. I mean, what you believe in your core about what's going to impact your day in the day to day. Because that's what matters, right? We're each going through our days and we want to make sure we're on the right path, centered in the right place. And I really feel like I've been talking about Hal Elrod's book, Miracle Morning, and daily morning affirmations are a big part of that. So I've already gone over my first two, which is core, essentially my belief system, and fitness, which is the warrior mindset. I feel like those are the two places you start because that's where you need to begin before you can even begin to affect other people. It has to start with what you're centered on personally. The next few that I'm going to go over are all around the concept of relationships. And I feel like relationships are the kingpin into most people's successful living. If relationships are unhealthy, it throws everything off. If something's in between me and Megan, it affects my work. If things are going on with my kids, it affects my psyche. I need to make sure that at least from my part of things, relationships are a two-way street, that from my part of things, I'm doing right by the people I love. So my affirmations around relationships start with Megan. And I'm not going to read through the whole thing, I don't think, because there's several of these down below. But essentially about Megan, it's I'm not going to allow inroads that are going to compromise my love for her. And I want to say this before I get too deep in these is I don't feel like I nail these. As I read these affirmations, it's not like I'm so good, I'm nailing it every time. It's no, this is what I'm purposing. This is who I want to be. This is what I'm pressing into. So for Megan, mine goes like this. My heart, mind, soul, and body singly belong to my Megan K. No other woman compares. Our love is romantically passionate, vibrant, stimulating, and gratifying. I'm confident in her love for me, and I will not allow any inroads that will challenge her. Our love is growing richer every single day. Obviously, there are temptations that come at all of us. Obviously, there are things that are daily trying to pull us apart, but I'm going to resolve to say, this is what I want my relationship to be like with Megan. So that's where I start. My next one is around my kids. And for each one of these, you're going to see it down below. I have a picture to remind me. So I'm looking at this picture as I'm speaking these words over myself. I said, kids are tough, especially teenage kids, if you've got them. A lot of times, a lot of what you give is not reciprocated. So my one around my kids goes like this. I'm committed to loving my children without condition upon their performance. I will do what I know to be right, no matter the seeming outcome. Because I can't affect the outcome, right? Like there's nothing I can do to make their outcome turn out different. All I can do is from my perspective, my point of view, pour into them the things I know are right and not back down when I get discouraged or they don't give me the results that I think that they should, or they're going ways that I wish that they wouldn't. None of that is what I've got to do is purpose for me. I'm going to do the right thing. So that's my one around kids. The next one branches out into family in general. And it is this. Family is central to who I am. Nothing challenges that. I'm rooted and grounded with these people, and no difficulty or temptation will uproot that connection. Because a lot of times when things get crazy, when things get overwhelming for me, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't take the pressure. I can't take the pressure of daily household. I can't take the pressure of teen challenge. I can't take the pressure of marital attention. I'm going to split. Like there's that temptation of stepping out, and it's that purposing of I'm rooted here. I'm grounded here. There's a saying from a Mumford & Sons song that says, love your ground. And that's something that's really, I try and purpose on. I'm going to love my ground and the skies that I live under. And this is my domain, and I'm going to purpose that here. For me, there's a picture now of my family, and then underneath that, a placard I had made that has the Hovivian family filter or funnel. That's what I call it. And it's got 3 keywords that I want my kids to know I want us to live from, and that's humility, gratitude, and sincerity. So I center in on those 3 things. The next one is about my folks. My parents are both still alive. I really want to be, there's a song from 21 Pilots that says, I want to be a better brother, better son. Like that's a song that goes over and over in my head of, I want to be a good son. I want to love my folks. And that comes from intentional connection. So I make a purpose that once a week, I have a phone call with my mom, or if she's here in town, I go and have a cup of coffee with her. I talk to my dad throughout the week several times. I want to make sure I stay connected with them so that when they pass, because they're going to, I don't regret that. So my affirmation around this one is, I'll be intentional in the things I treasure and make sure that my feelings of responsibility at work don't encroach upon what's most important to me in life. Because that for me is my temptation. Things get busy. I start cutting out the easy things to cut out. My parents love me. They don't need that time. It's not about that. It's about me purposing on what my treasure is. That's these relationships with my folks, with my brothers. I'm going to make time for that. So that's that part of it. And yeah, that's all of it for relationships. I'm going to do 2 more in the next video. So tune in on this. Sorry, this is a 5-minuter, but relationships are important. Relationships are key. Solomon says that out of the, above all things, protect your heart, because out of it flow all the issues of life. Man, guard that heart. Massage that heart. Make sure your heart is daily focused on these things are important to me. And even if I'm not there yet, this is where I want to be. And I'm not going to forget that. Love you guys. Praying these things over you. Pray them over me. See you soon.